Hola.
Hello, welcome to another live with Caribbean E and Tina.
Yeah, yeah.
Hope you guys had a great week. Everything is going well for you guys,
hmm
and we hope that you guys are actually in the best of health.
Yes, with health, like we always say, being most important.
So we're whining and dining this evening. We have our glasses. We want to welcome you guys into our home, our living room,
Cheers.
and in our space.
Cheers to you too, and
Hello,
cheers to you
everyone,
guys.
and
Lipstick all
welcome
over.
aboard.
hmm On the ride. So buckle up, get your adult beverage or whatever you want to sip on. If it's still too early for you, coffee works for me. Tea, whatever it may be.
Ice water, lemonade,
Let's get it going. Let's get it
Coke, and a
cracking.
Pepsi.
I told him, I said, this should be the tea edition because this is just some craziness that's
Oh, this has
happening
been
today.
going on. This is a lot of
Craziness.
stuff that happened this week. Hope you guys had a great week, by the way. Hope you guys had a
Yes.
good week at work and everything is
Hi,
going
Remo.
good. And
Yes.
what's up, Remo? And that you guys, just everything is good. And,
Yeah.
and your neck of the wood.
Ooh, I'm
Good.
looking
This
nasty.
has been
It was
a
hot.
crazy week.
I feel like every week's crazy, but hey.
But some weeks are more crazy than others. That's what I'm saying. Nuts.
Hi, Jose. He said, happy Saturday. It's nice to see you guys.
Hello, good to see you too.
Why you tripping? Like that name. Why you tripping? What's your name? Why you tripping? Why you tripping? What's your name? No.
So, we're gonna talk about a few things tonight, and of course, if you have your questions, we got some answers for you.
As always.
And we'll just go from there. But we were talking about Buy Me a Coffee, which has been so wonderfully set up by my wife Tina.
Right there, over your shoulder.
Right here, Buy Me a Coffee
slash
Portugal E
or Caribbean E, depending on what
Caribbean
you're trying to get questions.
Whatever kind of E you're looking for. Okay.
Yeah, but we do have memberships on there, and reason being that a lot of people have questions, and when you have a membership, we will answer a question because it's part of the membership, and you get exclusive things that we do not have here on the channel. Make sure you guys are hitting thumbs up. So that's things like our new discussion series that we started, Discussions Uncorked, where we sit in this living room right here or in our bedroom, and we have a conversation, he and I, and we are looking for information and things that you guys would like to know, but more importantly, it is a really intimate look into why we make the decisions we do, what led us to the decisions that we made, expat journeys and things we've been through, our private lives, things that are going on. Like I will be doing one on Frico Creepo. And a lot of people have been asking because that is still a mucho watched video about him and what he did in the DR. And we will also be talking about things like gratitude, and the gratitude conversation will be what we went through in our lives. And you guys have all been through things that bring you to expat living or living abroad. And we will also be doing, what did I say the next topic I wanted to do about? What was it about? Oh, it's a topic near and dear to my heart, and it's the crazy, cover your ears, shit that the viewers send me and do and think that we should or I should do for free. And my true unfiltered opinion about that. And I'll tell you that should alone be worth a membership. Trust and believe. And also, we know I'm gonna hold back.
And also in that, we're gonna be dropping some jewels too about certain things and kind of help you to get to some things, whatever you're trying to do.
And you get a discount on the talking about jewels, you get a discount on the consultations.
Right.
That's where you drop the most of your jewels and gems, as many of you guys that have had the consultations know.
Because we don't cover everything on the channel, but we cover the majority of stuff that we talk about. Thumbs up, you guys. As you guys chime in, thumbs up.
And you can scan this on your phones and feel free to give to the cause. Remember, production and things costs.
You know what?
Not on here. On here.
That gets me when people think that they can call us up out of the spur of a moment, out of our time. We have to stop and do research, and they won't even offer to give you a dime.
Sometimes they don't even say thank you, but okay.
Yeah, sometimes they say thank you. There's like, it's like, okay, good, have a good day, and they're gone. So, it's just disrespectful when people do that, and we hate to, but everybody ain't the same. Thank you, God. But a lot of people are. They're disrespectful to our time,
yes,
content. They reach out to us. We be sleep in the bed overnight, crazy hours, and we try to get back with them, and still be cordial with them. But some stuff is just ridiculous.
I try.
Some stuff is ridiculous.
Yeah, sometimes. But what else did you want to talk about today? Because I would have to sit here and spill the tea and have my little libations and wait for questions all night.
Thumbs up, you guys. Let's start right here. Mr. Will Smith finally makes an apology to Chris Rock for his foolishness.
I couldn't believe when I saw it yesterday.
What was that? The Oscars. At the Oscars, okay? We knew that was a problem all along. We knew that he was out of his mind. He even went to Africa or India to get some kind of spiritual
guidance.
Get some kind of spiritual healing or guidance.
It didn't work. And
it didn't work because if you're really sorry for a person that you offend, why would it take you so long, Tina, to come to that person and say, you know what? I made a mistake. And then he's offending his family. He's talking about this, talking about that. And you can tell when a person is really genuine, Tina, if they're really sorry or not. You can really tell.
So pause for the cause. We got a few highs.
Okay.
Robert Moon said, "You guys look great. Thank you." RA said hello. And time is money. You're never lie.
Who you telling?
Time is money and money is time.
Time is money and money is time.
But Real Brother said some real stuff. So I want to read what he said.
Go ahead.
People presume friendship because they are used to you. And I tell you that all the time. They feel like they're our friends, but you're not my buddy, pal, friend I grew up with that I've known for 40 some years that I'm picking up at the airport and we're hanging out. You're not them. Sorry. I don't know you. Hi, who are you? Like, can you shake my hand and get to know me? They said, but then somehow expect professional level time and help for absolutely free. So they expect that professional, right? Professional level time of yours. So they want professional level time, patience, and all that. And they want it for free. You got that right. I will tell you, Real Brother, that's real talk. That's 100%. And about 2 months ago, I said, I'm worn out. I need a break. You guys have seen we don't have as many videos. I'm not putting out as much information. The reason for it is because we have so many videos that still stand the test of time. Like the videos we did in the DR are still very applicable to right now, real time.
Right.
So you can watch the majority of our older videos and people just don't want to bother to scroll to find older videos that would probably answer about 70% of their questions. Everyone has unique circumstances. So you might have a unique or a question that we might not have hit on the video, but we know the answer to. But then you reaching out to me and telling me you need more content. You need to do this video. You need to answer these 20 questions I have. Or my favorite, hey, can we meet you guys? We'd love to take you for a cup of coffee. And then you take me for a cup of coffee and you berate me with question after question after question. And I'm looking at my watch and I'm like, damn, this was not supposed to be a consultation. And then they're like, oh, but I bought you a cup of coffee. So, answer my questions. And I'm just like, so I have to go because I had things to do. I thought this was a quick hi and bye, and you just happen to be where I'm at, and that's not to say that that's everybody, because we've met some really sweet,
some really cool people.
Like really there was an older couple in the DR, and I loved every time she was in town. She was just sweetness on a stick. And we met a lovely couple here when we were here that will be friends forever. And we met he's a really good friend of ours now, Andre. And we met him in the DR and adore him. He's maybe possibly moving to Portugal when he retires instead now. And there's been real quality people who have really stepped up and become part of the family. Literally, they're members, they give, they, or at least they valued our time so much that they helped or was nice and polite in the way that they came up and said, hey, let's do consultation. There's Dennis. Hey, Dennis, if you're, watching or if you jump on in the DR that made the transition and did a consultation with us. And Dennis would be like, hey, here's $20, get a bottle of wine. Oh, Tina, it's your birthday. Here's $50. You guys go to dinner. Amazing people like that realize that this is a job. I would love to say that it's always fun. It's not always fun. Today we went to lunch and I posted the pictures on the Instagram and on Facebook, if any of you guys saw them, where there's times where I'd love to just be having date time and dinner or lunch or something with you, but he's got to get content. And you guys don't realize that that's what our lives is. Our lives is, oh, we're going to be there. Well, what do I need to pack? That's you.
So I need to take my mics. I need to take my mics. What mics I need to take because we want to take you guys where we go. But some stuff is just, it's just strenuous at times. And sometimes we don't want to do absolutely nothing. Now, for the most part, a lot of them YouTubers out there, they won't give you the time of day. As long as you just give them, as long as you give them some subscribers, then that's all they care about. And that's all they're going to give you when they do their videos. But for the most part, we have a life too. We like to travel and do stuff.
But I think we're super nice because there's a lot of YouTubers out there, and that's why I said I'm gonna do a conversation because it's been a while since I got with little Mr. Disrespectful Freako Bleeko. I'm gonna call him every name in the world because he's beneath me, and we all know this. Stuff
you guys gonna want to definitely hear about.
We had a viewer that reached out to us and said, "Hey, listen to this. This is what's happening, and about you guys." And I'm like, how did I get all dragged into all this crap?
They love to drag people. People love to drag other people that's doing something good because they ain't doing nothing good.
Right.
So
sorry, I didn't mean to get off on your Will Smith because I thought he spoke like a robot and I couldn't believe none of that, but I wanted to get caught up on the comments.
Well, it was breaking news. So he came out with this little spill.
Remember, if you guys ain't got any questions or any comments on what he's talking about, Will Smith, throw them here. I'd love to see what people have to say about that. I thought it was a joke.
But listen, if you guys ever want to make a donation, whatever, you got to tell them where to send that. Buy me a coffee. Don't do it to the regular YouTube because they're going to keep that money.
It's right there over your shoulder.
Yeah, right here on my shoulder. Donate it here. If it's $5, it's cool. If it's $10, it's cool. We
just don't do it on YouTube.
But just don't do it on YouTube because we don't see that money.
They take the majority of it.
They take the majority of it, and there it goes.
Yeah, it's not worth it.
So anyway, somebody going to apologize. They should be genuine about it. And I thought that it really wasn't, okay, because it took this long for him to apologize. I'm thinking because it started to eat into his career and into his pockets. So now he's got to come and do.
No, I don't think that.
Instead of.
I feel like people don't really got morals like that. I would love to think that would happen, but I don't think people really got morals. I don't think they care who they see on the screen. They want to be entertained. I think that because he's a people pleaser, he didn't like he said, that people thought he was a piece of shit.
Yeah, he did mention that. He
is. So I would have went on there and been real and been like, yes, what I did, I'm a piece of shit. And I apologize and I'm sorry and pushed it on. Because the more he tries to deflect and make excuses and say, and I feel bad because of my family, boy, get out of here. Your family wasn't saying that when they were posted up and acting tough. I'm from Gary. I'll show you tough. Acting tough like they were riding like that. Oh, yeah, that's what happens when you, that's how our family rolls. Bye. Roll on my family. Let's see.
Well, I try to avoid the foolishness because, I don't have time for that. Life is short. Let them do them. But it's just crazy how, people really are. And not just him, but also while he's doing his little apology tour. Our world is changing fast and quick as we once knew it.
Yes, the weather.
The weather's changing. The housing market is changing.
Yep.
The interest rates is being adjusted. It's like once or twice. It feels like once or twice a month. As far as the Fed's trying to get this inflation under control, when they make it matters worse. Because now what you're doing is those realtors that was in Vegas and other places in the world, the money they was making bringing clients to get the houses, now they're going to see that things are actually changed, and that's going to affect their money. It's going to affect the loan officer's money, the underwriter's money. It's going to change them all because everything is changing now.
So let's talk weather first, because that's what a lot of people, so let's get into that. A lot of people have been reaching out and saying, oh my God, now I don't want to live in Europe because I heard that Europe is as hot as Vegas. We'll use Vegas as an example because Vegas gets up to like 110, 114 on certain summer days. So we did have 2 hot days that actually broke the record books. And we said it on one video that it reached like 106. And then we actually had another day that got almost to 110. So we did have those 2 super hot, excruciating days. And if you guys have looked for real estate here in Portugal, you know that it is not typical to have air conditioning in the homes, especially not central air like we're used to in the States, right? We're from the US, we're used to central air through the house. So here, that's a rarity, and that's in the newer or the newly remodeled areas of town. So we did reach those temperatures, and like we said here, we don't have air conditioning. What you hear in the background is, what do you call that thing? I call it a little portable air conditioning, but you call it like a swamp cooler kind of thing.
Something like that, yeah.
And that thing cools the house. Well, why does it cool the house? Because here we don't get anywhere except for those 2 days in like the 90s and 100s. Normally, like a normal day like today, what was today? 80 something, right?
Yeah, 80 degrees. That was it. It was got to 80. That's how it got it.
There you go. So it feels good with the breezes, especially now. It's night. The sun has finally gone down. Then the sun starts its descent. I would say at about 6 or 7, but it's still bright out till about 8:39. Then 9 o'clock, it's dark. So now it's past 9 o'clock. So the sun is down. And then it gets down to like 70 and then sometimes 60.
And it gets 60, basically 60 degrees at night.
So you can survive with fans and you don't need air conditioning. So that's why we tell people, we're like, when you're looking for apartments, you have to have a real specific list of things that are absolute deal breakers that you have to have. And if it is air conditioning, you're going to have a little bit of a hard time finding a place, and you're going to have to go to more newly renovated. And you're probably going to have to pay a little bit more because the newer places are the ones that have the air conditioning. So for all those people that are wondering, oh my God, is it 100? It's been 100 and oh, it's so hot. No, we had 2 extremely hot days, and I stand on that. Look at the weather reports. We had 2 hot as hell days. Yes, we did. But then when that passed, it went right back down in the 80s, where my kids were still in Vegas, and they was like, it's 115, it's 118. And I was like, my God, you could fry a steak outside.
Yeah, fry egg too.
We got cooler, and it's actually really nice because 80 here didn't feel like 80 in the DR. And that's another thing you need to think about if you've gotten where you want to live in the Dominican Republic. The weather feels differently.
Yes, it does.
The humidity and all that.
It's more humid in the DR because you're on an island.
But you still hear it's coastal, but you don't feel it. Isn't that weird?
It's not like it's not humid as it is back then.
Although we did get a dehumidifier for that.
Yeah, we did. Because it was 50%. 50% was been more than that though, as far as humid and stuff like that. So we just want to make sure that our clothes and stuff, we're doing all right, and all our furniture and stuff like that. Yeah, but some people, like I said, some people out here, especially the older seniors, we had a few people actually die when it got hot that week.
Yeah, because they weren't ready.
They weren't ready for it, and it's historical heat.
Yeah.
And the forest fires and stuff like that, climate change or something like that.
Global
warming. Well, look at Vegas. Look at the monsoon season. Look what happened in Vegas. Everything was flooded out. Casinos, everything flooded out.
Yeah.
Because they're not used to that kind of rain. When it rains, it pours.
Was it England too? Besides us, they had longer of that heat. England had like a week where they were just, it was ridiculous. They had a week of hundreds, and they're like us. They don't normally have air conditioning. And another thing is, a lot of people in the DR, don't have air conditioning units in the apartments. A lot of them, like I said, when it says unfurnished, it means unfurnished. You do not have an air conditioning unit in there, and you have to buy it and have it installed. And so here, the installation prices went up. They said the guys that were like, "Oh, you want to buy a air conditioning unit?
You can buy it.
You can buy it, but we're going to charge you more because we're so busy and we're trying to squeeze you all in." So they raised the prices, but then when it started cooling off, they started chilling out because they were like, "Oh, it's over with." Is that the end? I was like, well, what did they think? It was going to be like hot and 100 degrees every day? No, that would be ridiculous. No, absolutely not. But it was. I think it was a week or something like that England had that heat.
Yeah, they got it. I think they
What's the weather where you guys are at? That's what I want to know.
Yeah, because I mean, it's the weather can determine, and that's what a lot of people don't check out. The place that you're going to move to, you always need to investigate the weather before you get there and make sure it's going to be conducive to you.
Yes.
Because everything, when you go to a different country, stuff like that, the whole landscape is different.
But then, so it's like, I feel like it's little things like that people forget. Like they look into how much is it going to cost for this, how much is it going to cost for that. But you got to think about how much am I going to run my AC? Like Jose, you're from Chicago. How's the weather right now in Chicago? We have a daughter that's moving back to the Midwest because I'm from the Midwest. She's moving back. She's going to live in Chicago in a few months. And I keep saying, girl, it's hot. You ain't getting away from the heat just because you're going to, it's very humid, sticky. It was in Indiana. It was very like humid and sticky. I couldn't stand it.
Yeah. So, it's just, and back to buy me a coffee. Back to that. Buy me a coffee. And we're going to do this uncorked thing. You guys get membership. You can hear we talk about
discussions
behind
uncorked.
Closed doors, conversations we have about certain things and certain stuff that we want to talk about on the channel. We're going to save that for behind closed doors.
Yeah.
And so and people can see,
such is life. We don't talk about everything.
Yeah, such is life.
As much as you guys think that we talk about everything in our lives on here, we really don't. There's a lot we keep. So
yeah, we'll be all day long in videos. Try to keep them short.
Jose said, "Oh, it's pleasant. It's in the 80s." Okay. And Ross said, "Will Smith was wrong in assaulting Chris Rock, but I would hate to see him be defined by that assault." Yes, but he got to come better with that.
Right.
With his apology tour, like, you got to do better. Do better. Well, that's all I say. You apologize, cool. Now do better.
Right. Improve yourself.
Get your shit together.
But
you can show me better than you can tell me.
But I'm going to tell you something. The world that we live in, my friend, people don't forget stuff.
Yeah.
Okay? And some stuff that happens in life, people don't come back from it.
Right.
Now, we can say all we want, but for the most part, there's some things that happen. And I mean, I'm serious. People still remember. We can forgive, but we don't forget. Because even Chris Rock have not responded yet. Because he said he's not ready to process and deal with that yet.
Yeah. He's making money on his tour.
Yeah, he's making money. He's living his life.
It's not embarrassment. He's making money on his tour and he's going on with his life. Like I say, if I'm a queen and I'm on my throne, I'm not going to pay attention to the jesters. Literally.
Yeah, but the whole situation
I'm not paying attention to the jesters.
If somebody slapped me in the face in public like that, I would have been embarrassed. But sometimes you just got to play stuff off. But the better man's going to win anyway at the end of the day. Better man's going to win. So, yeah, absolutely. So, and you guys just think about the membership. Think about how much more you can get. Okay? Because that's what it's all about, is being a patron of the channel.
Yes.
Buy me a coffee. It's right there. The sign is right there.
Yes.
And make sure you guys stay connected because we're going to be doing some big things. We're going to be doing some good things. And if you want to be in the know, get connected.
And so how you were talking about the housing market and things changing in the U.S., remember that is also happening here. So I'm not going to fake the front and say like everything's great, run out here, get a place. First of all, when a place goes on the market, whether it's to rent or to buy, you're in competition with a lot of people because Portugal is seeing a huge influx of foreigners. And we're talking foreigners from everywhere. Like you're not in competition with just Silicon Valley because they've been doing all these articles on how all these Californians are renting out here. All these Floridians are renting out here to live at much cheaper prices. So they're selling their homes, making a lot of money coming here. But you also have to remember that people from all over the world, even in other countries in Europe, are coming here because it's less money to live.
Right.
So you're in competition with people from England, Spain, Italy, like everywhere. So you have to remember that just because you found a gem, you're not the only one. And also that, like I said, when we did that last live, did you miss the bubble for the Dominican Republic? That bubble is and about to burst here. So here as well, that you definitely have to look at real estate the same way you look in the US. The interest rate has gone up, but it's not a huge jump like it was in the US.
Right.
It's a very slight. The articles that you read will tell you, oh my God, it's gone up so much. It's gone up a lot for them, if they're thinking figuratively, the numbers, because they're not used to those high numbers. They said that normally a person here would have to work 11 years to be able to afford the money to put for a down payment for a home. And then now they're being priced out. Well, they're being priced out because they make less per year.
Right.
And they're being priced out by these people who are coming with all this retirement money, coming with all this estate money from selling their homes. So you are in competition. You're not the lone wolf. You're not the only one. Like when we got this apartment, nobody was competing with us for this apartment.
Right.
He was talking only to us, and it had already sat like a month or two. So yes, he wanted to fill it quickly, but he didn't say, make me an offer. And then it had to be above what he wanted. And then that's what's happening now. So like we pay $650. So when he said the apartment was $650, I was like, okay, I'll pay you $650. Now, when they're saying the apartment $650, they're like, make me an offer. And then somebody says $650, and then somebody else comes and says $750. And then he's like, oh, so he looks over at the $750. And then all of a sudden somebody comes in and says $8. And it's like a freaking auction.
Yeah.
To get one apartment. So that's what's happening. Like we showed you that one in Cascais that we did in the last video. So if you guys saw, gorgeous apartment, beautiful. They wanted, what was it, 1,900 euros. And then they're like, now we're the owners looking and entertaining all offers because we want to see how much we could get. And I was like, oh, they're being greedy. They're putting it like on an auction block. But that's what's happening because just like people are competing for properties in the US, they're doing the same thing here.
Yep, same thing. What goes up will come down at some point because the bubble will burst.
And I feel like it's getting very close. It's getting very close to where now the Portuguese people are backing off and saying, we're not going to compete. That's bullshit. We're not competing. We're not paying that much. No. And so they're taking a step back and saying, we're not going to we'll stay where we're at. We're not going to rent the higher end. We're not going to buy. We're going to wait. And you're going to also see that the foreigners, after they get out here, because like we always say, don't come out here and buy before you even get out here.
Right.
Decide where you want to live.
Right. But some people buy side on side, just like in the States. People that's coming to Vegas, they got those apartments. They didn't even see the apartments. They didn't even walk through the apartments. They said, I'll take it. I mean, just like going to McDonald's and getting the Whopper with cheese. I'll take it, okay? And that's what's happening. But like I said, like she just said, what's happening in the States is being reflected into other countries. We got a lot of people here from India, Iran, Canada, Africa, Ukraine. People coming here from Ukraine from the war.
Yeah.
They migrating here. We always see them on our Expat.
Yeah.
Expat Facebook. And that's another thing we want to talk about too. The Expat thing for Lyria.
Right. But let's get into a couple of these. Jose said, I've heard that one must be ready to buy and think out of the box when trying to get real estate in Portugal. Don't ever let anyone tell you that you have to buy. That's crap. And they're telling you so you get nervous and you'll buy. The best thing you can do, literally the best thing you can do is rent. Get a feel of the land, because where you may love today, you may love something else tomorrow. Because I'm not going to lie. I like Lyria. I've enjoyed my time.
Right.
But I went to Cascais and a bitch fell in love. I'm in love with Cascais. I love it. Estoril over there, all that. I love it. Now, had I bought here, that's far. That's almost a 2-hour drive. It's an hour and 45 minutes.
You'd be stuck.
And then, boom. Yeah, exactly. I'd be like, ugh, and I'd be sitting here, woulda, coulda, shoulda. So don't get forced into buying. You need to do here at least a 1 or 2 year lease. That can guarantee you a priority over somebody else because they want somebody that's going to actually stay long. Remember they asked us?
Long term.
Yeah, they were like,
how long? Long-term investors.
Yeah, how long are you thinking? How long would you like the lease? Like they asked things like that. Like this one, we got 7 years, but you can leave after less than a year. But he was like, I'll give you 7 years untouched. Like y'all can stay there 7 years if you want. I'll never raise the rent. I'll never this. I'll never that. So we have it if we want to, but
you can't get that in Vegas, right. And you can't get that in a lot of other places in the United States. You can't get it because whenever you renew that contract, they're going up, and sometimes they'll go up $100. They're going up $200. So it is ridiculous now what's happening.
Yeah,
and I'm gonna be doing some retirement perspective videos.
He's coming back with retirement perspective, guys,
on the economy, on what you need to do, how you need to prepare and plan for the future. Yes. Like I always said, if you fail to plan, you plan to fail.
Yes.
And you don't want that if you don't work your brains out all these years and you get out and you walk around here with your head cut off talking about coulda, shoulda, woulda.
Right.
You got to have your business in order when you're talking about retirement. More or less, also, when you're talking about going to another country, you better have it together. You got to figure out what you're going to ship, what you ain't going to ship. Are you going to ship a car? Know the parameters, what it's going to take you to ship a car. Know which company you're going to ship the car to. You're going to ship it to the Caribbean, or you can ship to Europe. What you're going to do, is it going to be worth it? What do I have to do to get this car modified? These are some of the things that we're going to talk about on consultation and also discussions. These kind of things we're going to talk about and tell you the ins and outs because we was about ready to do that too. When we first moved to DR. We was going to ship our car until we found out what the real deal was. Yeah, then we was like, nope, I'm going to CarMax, turn that car in, get my money.
Especially the way they crash up cars over there. But anyways,
yeah, absolutely.
Thank you, Rod. He said he sent us a glass of wine. Cheers.
Thank you, my brother. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. And going back to what you said about the Facebook page. So if you're thinking about coming to Portugal, I'm telling you, the best free advice you could get is joining Facebook groups because Facebook groups will give you the chance to ask questions to people who are there and who are living there and know in their areas. So there's different groups depending on the area you're thinking about moving to, or there's groups in general that are just Portugal in nature and they'll give you. So here, because we're in Leiria, we have Leiria foreigners and locals community chat. And the reason I did that, because it's my page to help, with your community outreach, is because we do want to help foreigners, which is us when we move to another country. Once you move and get residency, you are a foreigner. Right. But you also want locals on there also because you get that integration of becoming part of the community with them. And who better than know everything than a local? I mean, when you want to ask somebody something, who do you ask?
Yes, locals.
Exactly.
The locals tell you exactly where to go and how to get there.
Yes.
And the whole 9 yards, they will tell you that.
Yes.
And also, there's some other things we're going to discuss, and we won't even put on this page, but we're going to discuss about, because there was a celebrity that came out here that was living in Spain that did not pay her taxes.
Oh, you're talking about Shakira.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. And she's about to go to court right now. There's a lot of things getting ready to happen.
Cases finally coming up.
It's a case. She's flip-flopping.
Tax evasion.
From one country to another country.
It's all about where you can prove where you're at. Like we've said here, and we've had a video. I have a video on it. Shakira, feel free to watch my video about maintaining your residency and getting an expat lawyer to file your taxes in the United States, and then a local lawyer, tax attorney here. Because let me tell you, you have to do both. It says, right, like I say in the video, on the passport, when you retain that U.S. passport, it says on there that you are subject to the taxes and the tax laws of the United States. You do get a credit when you're living abroad. Remember that. Pay attention and take advantage of that credit. And the only way to truly take advantage of that credit is to get your expat lawyer, tax attorney, because a regular tax attorney is not going to be able to help you.
He's not going to know how to do it.
Yeah,
and you just can't leave the country and just ignore the fact that you're in another country. The government can track your spending. They can track all that and tell what you're doing, and all of a sudden now you try to say, okay, well, I was in the United States during this time.
Right.
Not so.
And even here, like we had someone who reached out, and VA money is different. The person had the question about VA benefits, and that he was getting, I believe, disability from the conversation. I kind of got that he was getting VA disability, and he was wondering if it's going to be taxed. Well, VA disability isn't even taxed in the U.S., so why would it be taxed here
outside of U.S.?
Because VA will only let you deposit your money into a U.S. account. So, and we've said that too, never give up your U.S. account, because if you take, let's say when we first got out here, and we would have took all of our money and dropped it right here and said, hey, yeah, let's just deposit it all today. Let's open up an account and take all our money. We would have done it when it was 112 to €1. So we would have lost money, a lot of money.
Right.
Where now we're staggering at €1 for €1 or 101 or 102. It's been going back and forth. So there is absolutely no flipping way that you should take all your money the day you decide to move and transfer it over. You transfer it as needed, and you keep it in the U.S. until you need it here. So you're not earning an income here with that veteran money or your
disability.
No, your money from
retirement.
Yeah, your pension. That's not earned income here. You're not earning. I'm not getting up, clocking in, and my pension's paying me. That's not how it works. You're paying taxes in Portugal when you have a job, which a lot of people come out here and they get jobs. They get bored. They have little part-time jobs, or they become tour guides, or whatever. But any income here, of course, you would have to file for, and of course you have to pay a certain amount on the amounts that you get transferred over. So you just, and Jose said VA disability is not taxable. That's what I'm saying. It's not. That's what I just said. So if it's not taxable in the USA, what in the blue blazes makes you think you got to pay taxes in Portugal? When he said that, I was like, that's ludicrous. Like, know your tax.
But some people don't know because they don't do the research. They got the same internet I got. Only just look it up and see what's going on and what's happening. Because even when we moved to the Dominican Republic, we never changed our bank account in the States. We kept it there. We'll always keep it there because that's where our money goes to. So just something to think about, because I pray that Carrie she keeps trying to help get out of some of this stuff. But that's ridiculous.
She got to court and prove it all. That's what she's
it's just a lot of stuff. With that. It's just a lot of stuff going on.
They're going to your fines will always be bigger. So like I said, pay it because it will never be cheaper to go to court than it will be to just pay whatever you owe. Never. We all know that because they throw on fines and court fees and all that other stuff. So no way. It just
ain't worth it. It ain't worth it.
Yeah.
And also some of these YouTubers, the ones that's got thousands and millions of subscribers, are starting to get sued because of content that they're putting out on their channels.
Oh, really? Tell me about that. I didn't know about that.
You already know.
I don't know. Tell me.
Okay, the female rapper that sued the YouTuber, the female YouTuber. I don't want to give her name out, but she got sued and lost everything. And then take her
you're talking
house.
about when Cardi B? Well, that's because she lied. Cardi B sued her for false. Yeah.
Now, if you're speaking truth and you got documents that you're speaking truth, okay, that's something different. But when you don't have no documents, you go into all people's intimate bedroom stuff and you put it out there, you're in trouble. So it's crazy.
So a couple of you guys are having a conversation in the comments about how much veterans can make a month when retired. You're talking about retirement. There is absolutely no flipping way I have heard of anybody getting you're talking about 10,000 a month? Hell no. There ain't no retirement in the world that from the service. Let's be clear, because the service, if you ask any of the men who have served in the armed services, and we're talking any branch, my son served in the Marines, you served in the Army. I have an uncle who served in the Navy and another one in the Air Force. And I will tell you, they don't make nothing. They pay servicemen horribly. There is no way you would make 10,000.
I don't even think
even though that's not possible. Yeah.
I don't even think a general will make that much money.
And even with disability. So if you didn't mean retirement and you're talking disability, even with disability, there's no way, even if you had 20 kids, a wife, and 100% disability, you ain't making 10,000.
You ain't making 10,000.
Whoever said that, they pulling your leg and trying to act like they could flex. They're not making that. Abel said, Tina and Eric, no entiendo que si Portugal secuestramos dólares. Yeah, no. So the Dominican Republic is peso y dollar.
Right.
Dollar. So it's like what, 50 some pesos for $1. Mm-hmm. So when you're bringing US money, you're getting more pesos for your
get more bang for the buck. Yeah.
But when you're here in Portugal, it's dollar and euro, and the dollar's not as strong. The euro is stronger. So you're losing a little bit of your money, but I would rather lose 1 cent or 2 cents than when we first got here. Mm-hmm. It was 10 to 12. It was teetering 10 to 12 cents that we were losing per dollar. So if I wanted to deposit $1 from the United States to here, I wasn't getting $1. I was losing 10 to 12 cents.
Right.
And now I'm either losing a penny or two, or like it was a few days ago, it was dollar for dollar. So that's when I deposited money, because if I deposit $1, I get $1 in the euro. Now, so I love that.
And now with the American economy, actually, if you read between the lines, it's on life support, okay? Mm-hmm. And the government won't come and tell you that we're in a recession because they don't want you to be fearful and pull your money out. Yes. That's what I'm going to deal with on retirement perspective. Yeah. I'm going to deal with that.
Yeah.
So they'll keep on and sugarcoat and make you feel everything cool. But at the end of the day, it's on life support. Take it from me. It's on life support.
Yes. And Jose said, Google VA compensation pay scale. Amen. And also remember that every year they do adjust it. So it's COLA, cost of living adjustment. And they have already kind of given a prediction and said that it was going to go up a certain percentage. We'll see. Like I always look that up in the new year.
Always.
Because in the new year then drops the new pay scale. So you want to pay attention to that. But yeah, you definitely, it's all public knowledge. Like it tells you, if you're 10%, this is how much you get. If you're at 40%, this is how much you get. If you're at whatever percent, here's what you get. And then they will even show you the scales if you're married, if you got kids, if you have dependents, like you're caring for elders. Mm-hmm. So you can honestly, like we always say, everything's available on the internet. It really is.
So you guys just getting in. Don't forget, buy me a coffee. Okay. Portugal E / Portugal E. Buy me a coffee / Caribbean E.
Yes, either one.
Okay, so
and look for that membership because we're doing.
Important. That's the bug right there. Right?
Yeah, remember that membership gets you certain perks, and now it gets you discussions uncorked, like we said earlier, so that you can get behind the scenes conversations. We are going to be reaching out to our members and getting questions and things that they want to hear us discuss, that we can be open and honest, because some people censor me sometimes and don't let me say what I really want to say. But on Discussions Uncorked, I got the green flag to do whatever and say whatever is on my mind. So it is a conversation, like literally, if you are really sitting with me in my living room or my bedroom, you will hear exactly what I think on the topic.
And also on paid membership, also we go to a concert. You guys can get clips of that concert. We still have that video, right, John Legend?
Yeah, and Disney. Yeah, okay. I haven't put John Legend up yet, but yes, I put Disney.
So we're going to save that exclusively for our patrons of the channel.
Yes.
So you guys can see the crowd, see the excitement, and just be there and see it all. It's just a special treat that we want to give you guys.
Yes.
That's what it's all about.
So remember, you can scan this. So 800K said, hi, Eric and Tina. You both represent the best couple of our time. You two know how to get along together. Tina, enjoy your wine and the cool weather. I will. Thank you. Inflation is off the roof here. Enjoy. Yes. We know. We
definitely know.
Hayward said, went grocery shopping Monday morning. I had 12 items and paid $70. Okay, so.
Oh my God. Break it down for me, babe.
Hold, please.
Break it down
So our daughter called upset because she had gone and she was like, oh my God, I haven't bought groceries in so long. And I went to the grocery store. Now she lives in Vegas. And she was, I went to the grocery store and literally I bought a loaf of bread, some eggs. She wanted some fruits and veggies. And she was like, and I got one tiny little bag and the lady told me 100 something. And I told the lady, I'm sorry, what did you just say? And she said, I couldn't believe how much I paid. She was like, bread has gone up to like $5 a loaf. She was like, I asked how much were the eggs? The eggs were like nearly $6. She was like, what in the is going on? So we, the next day, we had to go grocery shopping. We go grocery shopping and I have a picture of it. Please let me find that so I can pull it up right now. We got what? 1, 2, 3, 4.
I think we have 4 bags of groceries.
4 or 5. And the bags here are the what do they call those? Like the reusable. So they're huge bags. Remember that? They're
like the big old. They ain't like the brown shopping bags you normally get in the States.
No,
they're
not like the plastic ones.
They're like the beach bag you take to the beach.
Yes, I would.
That's the closest I can get to it.
Yes,
and you take it to the beach and you got all your beach.
So I sent her this picture where I don't know if you guys can see, but it's like sausages and everything that we bought, and we bought all this, and it was like bread and fruit and meat and everything. And I said, the kicker is, I said, we paid, I don't know if you guys can see, but it's $96. So she was like, wait, what? And I was like, yes, we bought groceries for at least a week and a half, almost 2 weeks. I said, and we paid $96. And she was like, wow, must be nice. And I was like, listen, living abroad ain't no joke. That's all I had to say.
And that's a big difference.
And that's all I have to say about my.
And did we spend about the same moves in the Dominican Republic?
And that was at Liddell, right? We're at Liddell.
Yeah, it was Liddell. It's Liddell. Yeah. Yeah. We normally go to two shopping centers because if one is not having a sale, we go to the other one.
I like I like different things at the different stores.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, every store has its nuance. Yeah,
like the fresh donuts.
You like the donuts at Liddell. You like the breads there.
Healthy stuff.
I like the fruits and veggies there, and at sometimes at Aldi's I can find things because somebody said on here they love Portugal Aldi, right?
I love it. Listen, there's a woman that just recently died. How old was she, babe? 114 years old?
I think so. The oldest woman they said in Portugal. Yes.
Oldest woman in Portugal. That tells you how longevity is when you come to a country like this. Everything is fresh. The eggs is fresh. I eat restaurant eggs every single day. The brown ones, the good ones. Love it every single day. Love it.
How much is your eggs? Because we buy the
$3.79.
And that's the
24
count. Yeah, that's
right.
My front lunch, brown eggs. Jose said, I'll be in Portugal in 2 weeks. I saw a bit of a jump on short-term car rental. Has that affected long-term car rental? So, okay, so here is how summer goes as far as cars. When there is something happening, and that happens all summer, because summer you have all your festivals and your carnivals. Everything's happening in all the different cities. So the way that the car guy, because we actually just talked to the car guy yesterday.
Yeah, good friend of ours.
Yeah, the way he said was, he was like, oh my gosh, weekends are insane. So Thursday through Sunday, the rates go like this. Like they're crazy. Like you're going to almost spend $120 to $140 a day for a car. And then on Monday and Wednesday, when no one needs a car, they go down. So what you need to do is you need to lock in your rate on that Monday or that Wednesday when the rates are low. It's just like they say, buy your plane tickets on a Tuesday, right? You need to look for your car rates on a Monday through Wednesday, and really calling and getting that relationship with somebody is honestly the best way, because then they have your best interest at heart and they will look and tell you, hey, wait till this day, because the cars are just sitting there then. But on the weekends, when the Portuguese people need to rent those cars, then the rates are astronomical. Because once you lock that rate in, remember that you tell them, oh, I'm going to keep it for like a week or 2 weeks or whatever. And then when it's time to extend, you call the guy and say, hey, I want to extend it for another however long you want it. And, tell me when that, tell me what you can do. And he'll extend it for the same amount. And that way, when you're locked into that nice low rate, you stay at that low rate and you've got it on that weekend when all the people are going in there and paying them crazy prices.
There you go.
That is bargain shopping.
Now, also to our paid subscribers, we have something that we want to share with you as it relates to coming here and what's the best city to live in and get the best bang for your buck.
Yes. Because we've been to quite a few cities now.
Yeah, we haven't unloaded that. And Lydia is a beautiful place.
Yes.
Don't get me wrong.
Somebody said, what area are you living in? So where do you live?
We live in Lydia.
And he wants to know they want to know how close to the beach. So if you want to go to Nazaré Beach, how long does it take you?
I would say 30 minutes.
Not even.
Or 20.
22
minutes.
It literally takes 15 to 20 minutes to get to the
15,
beach.
20 minutes to the beach.
Yeah.
And you know what? I've never lived that close to the beach in my whole life. I look outside in the morning, and guess what? The fog has come in from the ocean. I was like, oh my God, I'm really on the beach. I can't let me take a picture of this. I'm so excited.
But Mama wants to live in Cascais or Estoril or Cacabelos.
Still close to the beach.
And I want to be able to walk
to the beach and 5 or 10 minutes to the beach. I have my backpack on my back, pack my cat. We all going to the beach. And I'll be a beach bum for sure.
Yes.
Spend the whole day on the beach.
Up, guys.
Ain't got to drive. Walk to the beach. Hang out for the whole day. Turn around. Come back. End of the day. Yeah. Get that sand off my feet. Go to sleep. Wake up next morning or the next day.
So did you guys see the videos that we did? Because I did 2, 3 for Cascais and living in Cascais, Estoril. It's beautiful over there. Literally, the picture that I posted of the yacht.
Mm-hmm. They had the helicopter on it?
Yes, on the marina with a helipad on it. I was like...
Bye, Remo. Peace. Be safe, my brother.
I was like, wow. I said, this is exactly. So he said, Eric can drive to Cascais and stop for Tina to have shopping therapy.
Hey,
true, but I'd rather live by the shopping therapy.
Hey, she ain't the only one like to shop. I mean, you see the stuff I be wearing.
Yeah, he shops.
Hey, I'm a Zara. What's that, Zara? This is a Zara fashion shirt. I love Zara shirts. It's fitted. I just like the design in them. I love shopping probably more than she do as a guy.
Yeah.
Because some guys don't like to shop.
Yeah.
I put my tennis shoes on, some comfort, my shorts on. Hey, and I'm in it to win it. I'm in it to win it.
This is Tifosi because I'm on
my
a budget.
man bag. I got a whole shelf full of man bag, all kinds of hats. You guys seen them, t-shirts. I just love shopping because I believe that you can live life while you're still breathing. Anybody else shopping? Why not me?
Yeah.
Okay.
Which is why I say living in different places because I love the centrality where Cascais is, and you got Guincho Beach, you got Lisbon, you've got the train, you've got so much stuff that there's just so much to do. There's just so much. I'm in love. I got bit, and the bug has hit me. That's all I have to say.
Well, we'll just wait and see what happens.
We'll see, because I still love it. And then I say that, and then I come here, and I'm like, oh my God. When we went today, I was like, I love the area so much. Downtown is so pretty, and there's so much to do. Literally, we went and ate in almost like a pod. So if you see the thumbnail after you get out of here or before you came in, you'll see that pod that they made outside. Gorgeous lights hanging from it. What ingenuity. And we're in there eating fresh salads and pasta and pizza and having a bottle of wine. And I'm like, this is life. We're looking out. It's so pretty. They had an air conditioner. I was like, yes.
Nice music going, a beautiful different light bulbs. It's just a beautiful setting. The ambience is awesome. I mean, and you know what? It don't break the bank.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. I'm talking about not breaking the bank. So this is why we say give to Buy Me a Coffee.
Buy Me a Coffee, guys.
/Portugal E, because you could be buying us. Look at the size of this sucker. It's like a magnum. So if this is a regular bottle, look at that. It's 2.5 bottles. And this right here is a Douro wine, right, from the Douro Valley. And this sucker, let's see who guesses. How much did this gorgeous bottle of wine cost us?
Yeah, now this is what
I'm gonna be reading. Come on. Let's start typing in some prices.
This is what I want to see.
Let's see who gets it. Maybe I'll give you a Caribbean shirt if you come to Portugal, if you guess the right price on that wine.
Yeah, that's if you come this way. We ain't shipping it. Yeah. You got to come this way.
Let's see if they can guess how much that wine is. Oh, Hayward said $75.
Wow.
Hayward.
Wow.
Didn't you hear the first part of this thing where I say ain't nobody giving me no money? If they were to give me $75, you know how much wine I can get for $75?
Wow,
for $75, I could literally get almost 13 to 14 bottles of wine. Regular bottles, not that size, but Hayward, you are, if this is the price is right, boom, boom, boom. No. So let's see who else can guess here.
And this is straight, this bottle that you just looked at is straight from a winery on
in the Douro Valley.
And not too far from us. Mm-hmm. Close to the ocean. Beautiful.
So good.
Wineries right there. It's so good. It's mind-blowing.
Come on, let's guess. I want to see some guesses. Come on, guys. Wow,
crystal clear wine.
Stirs her wine.
This ain't
2018.
This ain't Yellowtail.
So good.
This ain't that horrible stuff that you taste. You know, this ain't the bad stuff. This is the good stuff. This is stuff that you get at the restaurant. You go sit down and you have a filet mignon or something like that.
A filet mignon. No, I'm just kidding. I remember that from that one movie, and I love saying it like that. But so today we went, like I said, if you see the thumbnail, we went to have pizza at Pizza Lucio. Mm-hmm. That the Yellowtail is horrible. Thank you.
Man, I tell you what.
Thank you.
You can clean your stovepipes out with that stuff.
The question is, how much did we pay? How much did this magnum of wine from the Douro Valley 2018, how much did this cost us? That's the question. And Hayward said $75, and I gave him the Price is Right. No, he was not correct. So what do you guys think? And there's people on here. Guess. Y'all scared?
But I can see.
Scared. But
I can see why he's still living in the United States. He knows how expensive things are.
Right, and honestly, it probably is that price. Yeah, because in Vegas, that would probably be over $100. To be honest,
easy in Vegas.
No, it's not.
We're over $100 because where it's at, the region that it's at.
Yeah.
And so these wines are here, no joke. They make sure that the wines are perfected. And I've had so many different wines since I've been out here. I lost count, and I lost the.
Is anybody having libations with us that they could tell us what the alcohol content on their bottle of American wine is? Because I would love to know. Because I know I'm now looking at this, I'm like, I feel like it's higher. The alcohol content is higher here than RA $4. Come on, man. No, a regular bottle of wine is like $4. So no, that's a Magnum. LJ said 20.
Mm-mm.
He's wrong too. So I will take the whole. Now I guess that's all that wanted to guess. So, he said 8. So this bottle of wine,
straight from a winery,
was €10 and delivered for free. There you go.
For free.
So there you go. So that's what you have to look forward to when you move out here. So with that, remember that you can hit us up to answer questions, get membership. Remember that we are going to have already started to have our discussions uncorked on Buy Me a Coffee /Portugal Eat or Buy Me a Coffee /Caribbean Eat, whichever ones that you want to do. Rhonda, hi from Atlanta. Hello, Rhonda.
Hello.
We're going to give you guys a couple minutes. If you want any questions answered, hit us up now. But remember that on there, we're going to start our discussions uncorked, and you can get membership. You can listen to private, in-depth conversations between Caribbean and I here in this living room and in the bed, sitting back, uncut, uncensored. He gave me the green flag to say exactly how I feel. And a lot of you all know that can get a little spicy. And we have a lot of conversations coming up where we talk about a lot of our past, what brought us to the place we're at now,
right?
Where we see ourselves going. And also, let me tell you that we will be talking about things like Frico Zico, and because I just need to address that, and also about membership and people. So, did you decide to stay in Portugal forever? Yes.
Yes, it's a this is a full stint
so far.
Man. Yeah, we don't. I mean, it ain't perfect, but I tell you what, this is doable for the rest of our lives.
Oh my God, yeah.
What do we have to look for? Come back to the States. You guys answer that question for me. What do I have to look for if I move back to the United States next week? Tell me about it. Other than getting shot.
And tell being here where it's so economical in Europe, right. Being so close to all the things that I want to do. And also Portugal, like we even did the where we went around the corner, because it's literally around the corner, like a few minutes from us. And I was like, why does this look like a whole different town? Like, I feel like I'm a million miles away from where I live, but I'm only a few minutes in that video that we just did last Tuesday, where we took you into that restaurant. Which
2.5 kilometers away.
Absolutely gorgeous.
Could not believe it. The food was
absolutely
off
gorgeous.
The chain.
So Ross said, so better than the DR. For me, because this is my personal opinion, 100%. Yes. What makes it better than the DR? I will tell you this. It's very simple. First of all, safety. When I want to get in the car and drive, I don't got to worry about shakedowns. 2, when I want to wear my jewelry and my designer stuff, I don't have to worry. It is the safest place. We have been walking at night. We've been doing everything at night, and we don't have to worry or be concerned. Honestly,
I can lay my Michael Kors wallet down on the table in the restaurant, and I guarantee you, I'll go back to it. It's gonna still be there. Mm-hmm. Car keys, everything else, cell phone. It ain't going away. I ain't got to monitor it and have a guard to watch my wallet.
And this is just, and it's big all difference. Personal preference, but
a big difference.
Another thing that makes it, to me, better than the DR is that I love European lifestyle. Right. And I love the little towns and little quaint things. And I love the amount of respect that people have. You don't have catcalling. You don't have people staring. You don't have things like that here. Here, people are super respectful. Although in the DR, they were respectful to a point, because when I took my daughter, like, people were looking like she was a piece of meat on a stick, you know, even my son. And I was like, no. Tina, do you feel safe after dark by yourself? 100%. I could go right now, leave him here. And if I had a dog, I have a cat, but if me, and I just want to walk up the street for exercise, again, I don't want to record her because that's an invasion of privacy, but there's a woman that comes home late from work every night. She walks there like 10 o'clock at night, and she walks up and down this little street in front of us in her little workout clothes. And I'm like, she has absolutely no fear, no hesitation, no nothing.
And she's perfectly safe.
And the first few nights we were here was like, oh my God, what is that lady doing walking? But now I realize it's perfectly safe for her to walk. It's ridiculous.
It's mind blowing. It's a different world. I couldn't do this in Vegas unless I was in my community, and I was nervous then because cops kept coming in. People was having problems next door, and when they have problems next door,
Vegas, you're talking
about Vegas, yeah. So anything you get a community, and some places in Vegas and in the States, you still ain't safe. And gates are not.
LJ said, "What about racism? Have you felt any racism?"
I haven't had no racism because my money spends like everybody else's. You act respectable, no problems. I haven't had any problems with anybody. I bought a car, haven't gotten here yet, but I've dealt with business, a lot of business, grocery shopping in the community, talking to people, doing videos.
Yeah.
Everything is cool because people respect you based on how you present yourself.
Yes. And for example, so using again lunch today, we go out to here we go. We go out to lunch, and the lady comes up, and the first thing she's like, "Where are you from?" And we're like, "Oh, we used to live in Vegas." And she's like, "Oh my gosh, Vegas!" And she just wants to talk about Las Vegas. People are very engaging. They didn't look at him and say, "Oh, well, here we go. Oh, well, you're black." She didn't ask you nothing like that. She was very engaging to you. they are very nice because to them, first of all, you're a foreigner. So they hear, I told you, I was like, they hear your accent. They know you're from the U.S. And they just want to know about the U.S. They could care less what color you are. They could care less. They want to know about the United States.
Because they think you're a celebrity. So you tell them you're in Vegas. Oh my God, I've always dreamed about Vegas. Well, I'll tell you what, when you get off that plane and you have to go in your pocketbook, you understand why. But hold on, let me mention something. Now, people say, well, it had to be something wrong with the DR because you left it. Okay? Nothing wrong with the DR. The DR is a beautiful place. But I'm going to tell you something.
Yeah.
DR to me was just like a person that came into my life and that was supposed to be in my life for a certain season. And after that season was over, me and that person parted ways. It was the same way with the Dominican Republic. I loved it. Nobody did anything to us. Nobody messed with us. We saved lots of money. But for the most part, it ain't about saving money. It's about the quality of life. Yeah. I still love the DR. It's Caribbean. Okay, beautiful place. But I'm going to tell you something. To everything, there is a season. Ecclesiastes 3:1 will tell you that. To everything, there's a season. It was a time for us to get to the DR, but it was a time for us to leave. Hey, it's my prerogative. I ain't got to stay in one place forever.
Yeah, maybe that's a good way to put it.
It's a good way to put it. It's just when we go places, it's like a relationship. Right. Okay. But when that relationship is done, you move on somewhere else. Right.
But like you were saying, it's like I always wanted a little bit better places to shop. And I don't want to have to go to Santo Domingo every time that I want to shop at a little nicer place. So here you have a higher like level of living. I hate to say that, but I mean, like, no offense to everybody that's living in the DR, but I personally, I was here in the DR and then I needed to be here. And even though we lived in one of the richest neighborhoods in Santiago, and that's the thing, you have to, in the Dominican Republic, you have to live in one of the richest neighborhoods.
Right.
To have the safety and the amenities, most importantly, the amenities and the type of life that you're used to. And that's the thing. I wanted that type of life 24/7.
I don't believe a person should stay at the same level.
No, never. Life. No, we're not trees.
We're not. I'm not trees.
Yeah, you're not rooted forever.
I'm not rich, but I ain't broke. Okay. And when I felt that we can do better elsewhere, and that's what we did.
Yeah,
that's what we did.
And colorism in the DR is strong. I don't like that. Safety is a real issue. I believe that safety, because here's the thing. So people that move to the Dominican Republic and people, and I will put them on blast, these YouTubers, they act like they live this life. But I'll tell you this, the same YouTubers, and I'm not going to say no names, I might, when you become a member on Discussions Uncorked, I might let a little secret spill. But those YouTubers that are sitting there acting like they're living the life, acting like they're in these big plush places, but you see them in the same tiny little wall in their house
bubble
that's old and freaking run down and old as far as amenities. They're living, acting like they're saving so much and they're living this life, and they are not. Because they would have never paid what I paid in Santiago, and they never would have been able to live where I live in Santiago. But the thing is that they don't want to spend the money. So here's the thing I say to you, and I would, if I had to, if you said, oh, I want to move back to the DR, I would move back to the DR, but I would have to live where I lived at the lifestyle that I was accustomed to in the DR. And we would have had to live nicely. Where a lot of them, they'll never live like that. They are happy to live in $300 and $400 places that don't have nothing, that they have to put all the appliances in, that they have to put air conditioning in, that they are having to get roommates. Let's not talk about the ones that have to get 20 roommates to live in the place that they're living in.
They got to wash their back every time they go in and out.
That they're in little dirt roads and things like that. I've seen it all on YouTube, believe me. Because if you notice the ones that go in and go out, and I mean, they only stay there a few months, like I hate to say with the white YouTubers that go in and go out, they stay a few months. They're all at Airbnbs and they're staying in nice places. They're not really living the Dominican lifestyle.
They're tourists.
And then the other ones are acting like the Dominican lifestyle can be done at $5 and $800 a month. And we have shown time and time again that yes, if you're single, you can live at $800 a month.
Mm-hmm.
You're not going to live that great, but you can live at $800 a month. But I'll tell you this, when you want to live where you are accustomed to living, because we know Americans are not accustomed to the struggle, they need that poshness. So when you want to sit up there and say, I want to live at this level because I have busted my ass for 20 some years. That's you, almost 30 years.
No, over 30 years.
Yes. And I want to live comfortable. Like nobody should look down on that. Like if that's what he wants to do, that's how he wants to live. And that's how we lived in the DR. And that's how we live here. And you have to pay to live comfortable. So when we tell you, you got to live at least at 1,000 to 1,400 in the DR, they're like, oh, you don't know how many comments we got. Oh, you guys are wasting money and you're this and that. No, that's what you have to pay to live like that.
Right. And I felt, Tina,
I'm not gonna sit there.
You just can't make this stuff up. Can't make this stuff up. I believe in being led by my spirit that God gives me inside of me. And I felt when I got to the Dominican Republic, and right away, it wasn't for me to buy a car, okay? And it wasn't for me to buy a house. It wasn't my journey. It wasn't my destiny in the DR. But it's my journey.
It was so cheap to do
but it's
Uber
my
and
journey.
everything that
it's my journey here.
I couldn't see myself doing anything but doing Uber. In the DR, I'll tell you, that ain't no lie. Uber's so cheap. I have people drive me all the time because it was so cheap.
It's so cheap.
And here, it's a little bit more. And so I still am having people drive me. I still use Uber and Bolt here. So, but we ordered a car because we want to venture out and go further and go more. Because when you live in Europe, you say to yourself, like we catch ourselves all the time. We're like, oh God, don't you want to just drive to Spain?
Yeah,
right.
I'm telling you,
don't you want to just
I might want to
go spend a weekend?
I might want to blow the engine out and just get in that car.
Don't you want to go do this?
Like, when I get the Audi, I'm gonna be on the road. I'm gonna be a road dog. Yeah. But for the most part, listen, if you're being led by your spirit to go to Dominican Republic,
Rod's gonna make you spit up. He said, "Pour me a glass." Here you go.
Please go to Dominican Republic if you're led to it, because you know what, your window opportunity might pass, but it's a good possibility for the next. And I'm gonna cover this on my retirement perspective. For the next 6 to 12 months might change, because when the bubble bursts, it's gonna burst in the Dominican Republic too, just like it's gonna do here.
Yeah.
So save your money.
Right.
Don't throw your money away. Save your money.
And keep the dream alive.
Keep the dream alive.
Don't let somebody tell you.
Because you can be there and living your best life.
Yeah.
So don't give up hope.
Yeah.
Don't give up hope. Whatever fits you, you do.
So LJ said, are you spending more money or less money than the DR? Obviously. And I'll say obviously, like, but yes, I am spending more, but it's not that much more because here we've taken more trips and we've done more.
Right.
So, we've spent a little bit more, but we anticipated spending more. And that is why we saved the money and said, yes, that's what we're going to do. And then he said, when we say 1,000 to 1,400, no, we're not talking just rent. No, absolutely not. That's rent. And that is your utilities, because utilities are nothing there, just like they're nothing here. Honestly, I told him the other day, I said, our utilities, which include all the major utilities here, plus our cell phone, is only $200. It's $200 a month.
See, you
$200 a month here.
And you saying spending money, but I'm gonna tell you something. Everybody, no matter what state you live in the United States, when you come overseas, you're not gonna pay what you pay for health insurance as in the States. So that right there alone, that piece right there, you saving hundreds of bucks just on health insurance. Yeah. We ain't got to nothing else yet. And I ain't gonna delude y'all that right now.
And Jose said he did the Portugal Metro. So here's something that just happened. It started today, actually.
Tell them about it, babe.
In Lisbon. So when you guys fly into Lisbon and say you want to spend some time in Lisbon, if you are 65 and older, you show your age to the thing. You can get on the buses for free.
For free.
Yeah. So there you go with that. Because they said, because of the cost of living and the older people shouldn't have to pay. And so he gets to get on any metro or anything for free out there. That's awesome. And then Hayward said, I want to live the same lifestyle y'all are living, but I stick between Philippines or Brazil. And I mean, yeah, that's what I'm saying. You know the lifestyle that you know.
I'm having trouble connecting to the internet.
Me too.
Please check your Wi-Fi now.
All right, thank you. That's
so, that's our sound bar.
That's sound bar. Right?
So you know what you want, and you have to stick to your guns, and you find it whatever country you're talking about. And so LJ said, or sorry, RA said that is Santiago, but Santo Domingo would be different, more expensive. Yeah.
Yeah, way more expensive and more traffic.
Yes.
And more crime.
And then RA also said, what do you mean bursts? The prices will go down. So what he's saying, what we were talking about earlier is we did a live, was it like 2 weeks ago, a month ago, about did you miss the bubble? Like, did you get to the DR, or are you thinking about going to the DR and the bubble has already bursted? So you missed out when it was super low and now you want to go now. I said, yes, the bubble had bursted. He said, no, I feel like you still have time. It hasn't gotten that high yet. And what we're saying here now in Portugal is that they're going through a similar thing that you guys are going through in the United States, but not at the level that you're feeling it in the United States. So when you see the news or you read an article, keep in mind that when they say here prices have gone high, they're talking in relation to a Portuguese person who thought they could afford a house in 11 years of them working and now come to find themselves in a housing market against foreigners who are bringing foreign money. So they're bringing a lot of it and they're being priced out.
And they're paying cash competition for their homes. And, and they're hurting the economy here because the people here don't make all that per month.
Yeah.
So they come here like a person from California because they live in a $500,000 house. Okay, they don't even have to be in a mansion. You got to be in the millions for the mansion in California. And you guys know exactly what I'm talking about. So $500,000, they can sell their house. They bring that money here. They can buy just about any house they want. Okay, any part of the country.
Yeah.
Okay, and or even rent an apartment. But they making it bad for the person that can't afford that. That's already living here their whole life. That's struggling and trying to make ends meet.
So when you look in retrospect on the news articles, just keep that in mind. Remember that you have to take into consideration the source. If they are using their economy to tell you what's expensive, it may not be expensive to you. Because we find that a lot when people are like, oh, that's so expensive. And I'm like, it's $1 more. That's not expensive to us. But $1 to some people, like I told you, I was like, that's like a dozen eggs and some bread. And that's like 2 or 3 meals for a family. Like, you have to understand where they're coming from. Jose said, I differed. Eric, it's millionaire because he has good and he is following his vision. Okay. Oh, he differed. Okay, yeah. But I lost my train of thought there reading that. Yeah, because I was about to
but you can get it back.
Good ass point. And then
but anyway, we talking about the economy. We're talking about moving here, figuring out what's best for you. And don't feel bad because you can't be here with us. You can go anywhere in the world. Whatever's going to fit you, whatever your budget is, please do it. We love the DR where we're there.
I love Puerto Rico.
We love Puerto Rico. Some people love Brazil, Panama, Peru, places like that. If it's going to work for you, by all means, just be safe and do it. And let your money make money for you.
And don't let the ideas that you have in the U.S. about racism and the ideas you have about colorism play a factor in your decision, because remember that here it is a different ballgame. Even in the DR, it is a different ballgame. Like we said in many videos, like we were talking about the racism at the bank, it wasn't racism because you were Black. It was because you were American. So it's an absolute different mindset in that country. And then you come here and they embrace Americans and want to know so much about you. But in some places also, they're mad because we are pricing them out. But it doesn't mean that you can't come out here and rent. Like we keep saying, rent, always rent. Don't get pressured to buy. Rhonda said, would you say Lyria is a walkable city or would you recommend a car? Lyria is huge. When we talk about Lyria, it's like the state. So when somebody says they're from Lyria, the first thing you say is where? Because are they talking about Lyria, the city municipal center, where it's downtown Lyria, Are they talking about Caldas, Óbidos, Batalha? Are they talking about Fátima? There's a lot of municipalities. There's hundreds of municipalities in Lyria. So is it all walkable? Absolutely not. If we're talking about where we live, it's not even walkable, and you have to build up to it because it's very hilly in certain areas. We live up high. Going down is no problem. Coming back up, I'm gonna tell you, it'll knock
I'm breathing
the breath
like
out
a
of you.
bull. I'm breathing like a Russian bull in Spain.
So I prefer to walk down, but I will catch me an Uber in 5 seconds to go up because I'm not trying to do that.
I can roll now, but coming back up, it's going to be a little joke.
And not to mention again, but I will, Cascais and Estoril is very walkable. It's very flat. Yes, everything's like this. Like we took you on that walk and you saw when you were by the marina, but every street's like that. On occasion, you will go up a little bit in Monte Estoril. And when you're getting toward Alcadesha, if I'm saying it right, Alcadesha, near the mall, you're going up a little. So you'll see a slight incline. But other than that, on places like that, you can walk, and they walk everywhere. But to tell you the truth, the ride or dies here, they walk everywhere. I've seen grandmas, right? Have we not?
They be walking like it ain't nobody's business.
Right.
And they living
carrying
long, and they living longer than the oldest person in the States.
They living longer.
They exercise. They're
used to it.
Wine, they're used to it. The air, no pollution.
They go down to that grocery store. Remember that first time we walked to Liddell? I literally was cussing. I was so mad because I was like, "You said this was close. This shit is far." You were like, no, we're almost there. It's not that far. And I was like, oh, devil is a lie. This is far. And then some old lady comes and she taking her groceries and walking. And I was like, well, let me shut up.
They used to it. It's custom. They walk.
Like, let me stop.
Anybody don't have to drive here.
Let me stop.
So, but you got to understand, this Cascais area is like the Hamptons of Portugal. A lot of people don't understand that. So, if I was in the States, I can't afford to live in no freaking Hamptons. But out here, I can do it in Portugal. I can do it in Cascais because it's beautiful down there. Yeah, it's beautiful. The train, you got everything. It's more accessible city than it is actually here.
Yeah, because you have buses and trains and all that. Yeah.
There you go.
So LJ said, I stayed in Santo Domingo often in an Airbnb, and I pay around $1,300 a month for a nice place.
Wow.
I was like, it better be real nice.
You better for $1,300. Shoot, man.
Because I can. You need to watch our old video on the hotel over there. They laid us out. That hotel had breakfast every morning, and we're talking everything. They had everything on that breakfast. Remember? I was like, Jesus, they're trying to kill me. All that breakfast.
That's long money,
That
boss.
was cheaper.
That's long money.
Pitana and Santo Domingo staff ignored me. I showed him Google Translate. Then he changed up. Was very helpful. Yeah. Oh, they'll always. Ooh, he said he thought he was Haitian. That was our running joke with him. I was like, they think you're Haitian because you got a little bean.
I'm not Haitian. Don't look at me. I never been to Haiti. Okay, so I'm Americanish. Okay,
you're Americano,
and I'm Portuguese. Pretty soon.
You're güero. Alex said, "Are you guys ever going back to the DR?" Alex, I have so many trips booked out here in Europe that. He wants to go back, but I don't see the time I'm going to get to go back soon. Let's just put it that way, because in December, we go to Spain. I want to go to Italy. We want to go to Greece.
I want to go to Madeira. To the island of Madeira.
Keep going. Yeah, he wants to go to Madeira.
Which,
so we know that I love my rum. So let me put my wine down. Madeira they grow sugar cane and they make their own rum. So I have bought this. You see, it's not cracked yet. I just got it yesterday, but I cannot wait to try Madeira rum because I am a huge proponent of rum. I love trying rum from all over. We have tried rum obviously in Puerto Rico like crazy. I thought that was the best. Then we go to the DR, love the rum, not gonna lie in DR, but I've heard great things about this rum. It has been around since 1845. They have been producing rum. If you guys did not know, out here they make the ponches, which is made with honey and fresh fruit. And so I am dying to try This right here.
Okay, so Madeira is an hour and 15-minute flight.
Yes.
Is it hour and 15, babe?
I think around there, yeah.
Hour and 15-minute flight from Lisbon.
Yes.
Okay. So basically,
separate island, yeah.
Basically, they say it's in the middle of the Atlantic Ocean, so we have to get a plane and go to this island. We had booked. Well, we was in the process of booking reservations to go out there, and we're still doing. We just got some other things going right now, but we're gonna go. And we're gonna take you guys with us so you guys can see. It's more humid out there than it is here, so.
Yeah,
we
different time. It's even a different time.
Yeah, but you're more isolated though, because you're on the island, so you're more isolated. Everything's got to be shipped in.
So RA said, okay, you guys need to meet up next summer. We can do the wine and the rum. And I'll tell you this, we're already in talks because we have talked with each other on planning trips for viewers, but it will definitely be people who are members. So again,
members only.
You have to go to buymeacoffee/Portugal and then the members will get a itinerary and price sheet. And then we can do where you guys are all staying in a certain area, right? Together, so you can meet people who are also in the same mindset as you that might be thinking about moving to Portugal. And we will be the guides and we will partner with local people who then can provide the transportation and the meals and tours and everything else. But that takes a lot to get together. But we are thinking about doing that. But we need to see the membership go up first, and then we can see how we can start planning those meetups and summer getaways or off-season getaways, because honestly, off-season would cost less. But, however you guys want to come out here, I would suggest off-season only because the weather is amazing.
Right. And we wouldn't take you nowhere. We will not take you one place that's ratchet. No hole in the wall. We'll take you some nice beaches. You're going to love it. You're going to enjoy it. You're going to enjoy what you see.
We know.
And it won't break the pocket.
Yes. And we know we wouldn't take you any place that we wouldn't eat because I have to eat with you guys. We'll be with you.
Right.
And I definitely wouldn't do anything where I wouldn't even take my own kids. That's my that's the mark, right?
Mm-hmm.
If we wouldn't take our friends and our family there, we would never take you guys. So yes, absolutely. So Deb said, greetings from Trinidad and Tobago from the Caribbean.
Caribbean, what's up, man?
How you doing?
Caribbean still here. I still got that Caribbean blood running off through me. That Caribbean blood.
So with that, we have gone way over on
yes,
today's
we
live.
have. But they started talking, so I mean, we started,
We've gone way over on our lives, so it's time to wrap it up. And
yes, the food is amazing. It's amazing. It is so amazing. I can't put it in
I think
words.
he's talking about Trinidad and Tobago. Yes, the food would be good.
Well, I mean, you go to somewhere different, the food is going to be good. Every cuisine is different. In every country, the food is different. But the food is special here. I love seafood, so I'm in a seafood haven living here. It's crazy.
I bought octopus and everything.
Crazy. Now she started eating octopus since a bit. I ain't doing it. I do it maybe just a little something.
So my lobster lovers, let me tell you, if you love lobster, you will love octopus.
Bring your appetite, guys. You come out this way, bring your appetite. Because you're going to need to eat.
Yes, you will love it. You will love the prawns. If you guys saw the video last week, oh my God, Tuesday, those prawns, and those were not jumbo prawns. They were like, oh yeah, it's prawns. Like it was no big deal. It's just a starter. And when they brought that plate, he was like, I'm full. And I was like, those prawns are all you. I ordered steak tartare. So what's good? And he was like, I have another entree coming. And I was like, yes. That was like amazing food. And it was huge. The portions were ridiculous. It was ridiculous. We took leftovers.
So listen, guys.
Yes. Buy me a coffee.
Listen, buy me a coffee.
/Portugal Eat or /Caribbean Eat.
Or
get that membership.
Conversations.
Yes.
And
discussions uncorked.
We're not telling you because we hear that Portugal gonna be a good fit for you. Is the Dominican Republic a better fit? Then you go. Go. But just don't miss your window.
Right.
I wouldn't say go right now. And if you did, rent and wait till at least a year before you decide to buy.
Yes.
I'm just telling you because the market is definitely changing. And you'll see what I'm talking about. If you take this wisdom from Caribbean Eat, you'll see exactly what I'm saying. Because every time we move, It was a different scenario that prompted us to move, and we were doing good.
Yes.
So, you guys got the information. Buy me a coffee,
Yes.
Portugal E or Caribbean E, or if you want to do the Uncorked conversations, try the membership.
Discussions Uncorked on there, only for members.
And
gotta get membership.
Just get tapped in, guys. Just get tapped in.
And if you guys want this whole meetup, you show me some members, and I will show you a good time in Portugal with us.
Because tell them where we're gonna end up at.
3 to 7 days. Let's do it.
So until the next live, peace, happiness, and love, and stay safe.
Yes. So Don Cornelius is closing us off with that, right? And we'll see you guys on
the next video.